If you want to learn how to trade just like me, join the community, click the private Discord link, sign up through this membership level, and you will gain access to weekly group mentorship calls for free. There are multiple bullish signals flashing right now on this Vechain chart. We're going to discuss this in today's video. Is it time to get excited, or are there still levels that we are below that could actually send us to sub 1 cent? We're going to discuss this all today, so please stay tuned. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you want to use the links in the description of this video to take action on the discount that I have on my course at the moment, it does last until the end of this month. Wait until the end of this video to hear more information about that. Now, there have been multiple bullish signals that have flashed since the summer that were protecting this December low of last year, or in fact the 1st of January of this year. This was our lowest point, the 1 Fibonacci at 1531 on the Binance chart. Now, there were moments in this year where we did actually dip below this point, and if we had flipped it into resistance, we would have seen sub 1 cent Vechain. I'm going to bring this video to you guys today discussing the bullish signals, but also how there's still a potential chance that we do maintain a downtrend and continue lower if we're not reclaiming certain levels, and we must also maintain other ones. Now, for me, I'm going to make this quite simple. I'm going to tell you the level that we need to maintain to invalidate any further downside. It is the area where we've seen these bullish signals flashing, which are these yellow lines, and these yellow lines are just suggesting that there's differences between the chart and this indicator over here. We call these divergences, disagreements, where we see the lows coming lower and this coming higher lows, lower lows, higher lows, lower lows, and higher lows. And this is all appearing at that December or January of this year's key level, which was the lowest point of this year at that time. We have gone lower since, but it was all about protecting this level at all costs. We did have moments where we dipped underneath 2 times, in fact, back in June and September. But as we have these bullish signals flashing at such a key level of support, this is what brought us back above, and we saw immediate pumps after these bullish signals. It's very nice to see that after this one, we created a higher low. On the higher low, we saw another divergence that has sent us higher. And with the most recent divergence that we see over here, it was a double bottom pattern. And in fact, we can see on the daily time frame that not only did we reclaim these moving averages and pump to the 200, we could have at that moment been our top of this downtrend, but we've actually formed one of those other bullish signals that we were talking about today. This is the daily bullish cross. This would actually suggest that Vechain is attempting to go into a daily bull market. All that's standing in the way is the 200 EMA, which is nice to see that it has now been broken and back tested as support. I still wouldn't be getting too excited, although on a technicality, talking about just the moving averages by themselves, it is all bullish. However, we use Fibonacci's on the channel, and as we can see, the level that needed protecting was the 1 Fib, and otherwise we would have continued down to about sub 1 cent over here. You can see 0.00960. It was these bullish signals that flashed down here, protecting the lowest point that cannot be lost. If it's lost, the reversal wave is fully confirmed, and that was that 1 Fibonacci. Now that we're working our way back up, we can see back in June, where did we struggle to break past? It is this golden pocket, everyone. Now I'm going to explain quickly the rules of the fibs. You measure a big pump or dump. In this case, we had a huge rally, and then after that, it's telling us where we should be finding key levels of support before a further rally in the original direction. So essentially, all this tool is being used as is to mark out the areas where this will fall back to before continuation of its original trend. However, it's already preparing you. It's got loads of numbers underneath. Why would they prepare loads of numbers underneath if we're meant to go higher? And the reason is because there's 2 ways of using the fibs. One as a retracement tool, which is where we're expecting these golden lines to hold as support for further continuation upwards, or the moment we go ahead and lose them, flip them into resistance, we see the reversal wave being created. You're just waiting for the final confirmation of losing this low, and then we will continue to sub 1 cent. However, at that low that needed to be lost, we saw 2 bullish signals down over here, which had essentially held the line as support. Consider this our bottom now, guys. And so with that, we need to go to the top. And as we can see, that is marked out by this golden pocket, which was once support, meant to send us higher, and where it was used as resistance to send us lower. As this was originally where we went to find support to continue higher, I do believe that if we ever reclaim this golden pocket over here, that we could be expecting huge upside for Vechain. It could take a while, but the moment we're breaking through the 0.5 Fibonacci, let's just use that as a final nail in the coffin, because realistically you just need to reclaim this area of 2 cents. But if we could break 2.2 cents, then we could see a pump potentially of about 45%. If it got back to the range high. I can see some other resistance over here that we could be struggling with, which would be a 16 to 20% gain at about 2,672 cents. So it's quite interesting times. Remember guys, this original Fibonacci is showing us where the levels of support are to then break the high. So we could actually be seeing more than 45% gain from above that point. But imagine if you're catching it from down here, or if you caught it from down over here, there's a gain of about 70% back up to the highs from today's current price. But please understand everyone, that as this was the area meant to catch as support, and now it was flipped into resistance, that this would be considered our top. So the 1 fib level is our low, our bottom, and at our current top / resistance is the golden pocket. And this is why I've been mentioning that if we're not early in the video, that if we're maintaining below certain key levels, that we're not really invalidating downside. Although we have got these bullish signals flashing, there's this final level that needs to be broken over here. And for me to flip bullish, for me to consider this in absolute skyrocket mode, we need to break through this key level over here, because all that's happening right now is that we could be going up into this area as resistance, as this was the level that was meant to send us higher, and we flipped that into resistance. It's now the level that is meant to send us lower. So what I'm trying to get at is that while staying below this level, we are maintaining these as targets to the downside. It's only when we break through do we actually say, guys, now we've considered this invalidated, and then we're looking for support within the area and for us to break through and head to the range high. And only then we can say we've invalidated further downside. For the moment, we are getting these bullish signals that are wanting price to head through this level to get up even higher. But until we're breaking through, flipping it into support, there's still the risk of going down lower. So maybe set orders down there. There could be a potential opportunity to get cheaper Vechain and make further life-changing gains. I also do believe that today's current price, if we're talking about a year or two away from now, this is going to be a price where you only look back and say, I wish I got a Vechain down this low. This is pretty much where I originally packed my Vechain bag for the last bull market back in 2020, 2021, in between the 1 to 2 cent area, and I did actually get out of Vechain at about 22 cents. So it's quite incredible that we're back down at those very prices. And imagine if we could actually get some lower and cheaper Vechain. I think we've had multiple chances already to get down to those prices, like over here where we did actually reject the golden pocket, and this would suggest that we have not invalidated these targets. And before we managed to even get down to those targets, we saw some bullish signals flashing. So that's why for me, I do believe that the 1 fib level is here to protect us, and we just need to maintain above that, and eventually we will break through this level. I just had to make that side note in this video to make you guys realize that while you are underneath this level that was once meant to send us up, and we're now using it as resistance previously over here, it is what's keeping these lower targets valid. So keep that in the back of your mind. But the moment we break through this area and flip it into support, we're on this bullish path. So that's why in today's title or thumbnail it's going to be a bullish note, simply because we held the line down over here with these signals. And in the last week or so, we had this daily bullish cross and the break of the 200 EMA, flipping this uptrend into bullish. The last layer of defense is this, which is actually keeping us bearish, which is a weird one because we know we need to break through the 200 EMA to flip this bullish. It's just we're not just solely relying on moving averages. We know there's other key levels of support and resistance. Using the Fibonacci, this suggests that the area of 2 to 2.3 cents, so to 2 to 2.3 cent is our key level of resistance that needs breaking and flipped into support. So once we do get above 2 cent, it's all about maintaining 2 cent, And if we can continue to do so, we will eventually have invalidated those downward targets to sub 1 cent, and we could be looking for further gains in the upcoming future. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm going to talk about my discount right now, so if you want more information on that, just stay tuned. I've got a few days left on that discount, which will finish on the 1st of November. Use the links in the description down below if you want to take action. If any of you are interested in learning how to trade just like me, there's multiple options. Click this ebook. It covers all the strategies that I use in these YouTube updates, so you will have all the same skills. Covers the Japanese candlestick, chart patterns, support and resistance, why I use EMAs over trend lines, Fibonacci's, divergences, and again, using these all together to profit using them. I've also got a discount on my course at the moment, which ends at the end of this month. So that's down to £100. You also gain free access to my Discord community for the next 3 months, where you can expect to be a part of 12 to 24 group mentorship calls. If you want something that's a bit more personalized to your needs, then join my one-to-one mentorship plan. You can choose 5 or 10 hours of my one-to-one help, and included will be the 3 months free in the community, as well as my 6-hour long video course.